Hello, ladies and gentlemen. MarauderEX here with the start of a new Let's Play project. It's been forever since I feel like since I started something new. Probably because it has. Because yay, chaos. You could tell by the title of the video. You know what you're clicking on. It's not a surprise. I don't know why. I feel like it's always like a surprise until you get into the videos. Like you've already clicked the title. You know what it is. It's Trials of Mana for the Nintendo Switch. I picked this up when it released, and I've been playing it non-stop since, and I love this game. It is very, very different from the original in terms of the fact that the original is a two-player game that was hacked to be three players. Very much a top-down Legend of Zelda style action RPG, very similar to the original Secret of Mana. This is a single-player 3D experience. They completely rebuilt this game from the ground up, and I love it. It's just, you know, like it's like a good remix of a song. You have all the memories of the classic, but all of the new subtle changes you can kind of feel, you know, yeah. So we have the Trials of Mana. So we're learning about the goddess, the Benevodons, and the sword and tree of mana started a terrible war for their plot to destabilize the kingdoms. I love all the floating platforms. Peace was at an end. Oh, tell me about it. Just everything about this game is so gorgeous. Mana itself began to disappear from the world, and the mana tree to wither. And apparently everything is going back. It's the birds and some spirit. It's so. I'm torn between wanting to talk about this, like read the story and then just talk about the story. Like that's about where I'm at. So we've got these lights that we're following. One of them seems to be a little more powerful than the others, at least brighter. The others seem to be trailing off. That's concerning. Ah, and the music. Listen to the music. It's just... it's epic. It gets you pumped. So much pumpage. That's probably not a word you should ever say, but Trials of Mana, and that's the kicker. Like, it has a name now. It used to just be Seiken Densetsu 3 because it was never localized until
Trials of Mana.
Just recently, and we get a voice actor for one of the characters in English say the name of the game. I have been playing this. I'm not going to load. I'm going to start a new game. Adjust the brightness until both fields are visible. Both fields are visible to me. They should both be visible in the capture window, so we'll just go on normal. It's fine. It's not a super difficult game, so not like you gotta go easy or gotta go with super difficult. So we get to pick our 3 champions. Whoever your first champion is, that's the story you will follow. And some champions basically have the same story, at least in terms of the antagonist and the final dungeon. So like Duran and Angela, I believe, have the same story. They're both dealing with the same big bad that's put everything into motion. I think Kevin and Charlotte are also on the same storyline, and then Hawkeye and Reese. I think that's how they had it set up. It's been forever since I've played anyone other than Duran, and I'm going to be playing Duran now. Because I gotta go with the swordsman character. That's just me. So you can see each character has a certain breakdown of stats between strength, stamina, intellect, spirit, and luck. Those are the stats that you can upgrade as you progress the game and level up. There used to be more stats. I think there was 6 in the original. And I kind of like the original stat upgrades better than this. Mostly because a lot of our abilities are going to be locked behind having a certain number of points and a certain stat, whereas in the original, you had to have so many points and then you got all of those abilities. So, yeah, it's a little bit obnoxious. But Duran is who we're going to be. Proud young soldier from Valsena, Kingdom of the Plains, though he comes across as a hot-headed and ready for fight. Whole kingdom acknowledges his skill with the blade. Duran has nothing but love for his kingdom and respect for the hero king, a good friend of his departed father, Loki the Golden Knight. So that is going to be...
Soldier from Valsena. The name's Duran.
And yeah, I'm gonna have the English voice acting on, and I apologize for that. Alright, so I don't want to have this character in the game, especially with the English voice acting, because oh my god, did they butcher her? But Charlotte is our healer. She is really the game's primary healer. There are a couple other characters that can function as a really good secondary healer, but she is the primary healer. And again, the game is not super difficult, so you don't necessarily need a healer. You could get by with what healing items you can bring into a fight, as long as you play it cautiously, but I like having a healer. Like, I like having a dedicated healer. So, it really doesn't matter much of Charlotte's, because she's really just along for the ride.
Resident beauty of Wendell.
Yeah, all of her R's are L's, and yeah. And I was really torn on who I wanted my third character to be. Either Reese, who is an Amazon, who, basically a Lancer, or Angela, who is a magician. And I really feel like I'm gonna go with Angela, because this is the team that I played through on my own. Because it's just a really well-balanced team. You've got, you know, a melee fighter, you've got magic support, you've got healing. That really is a good balance. Other characters are Kevin, who's basically a brawler. He's the game's highest melee damage dealer. You've got Hawkeye, which he can go either thief or ninja and have a completely different series of abilities either, which he's kind of the game's red mage, jack of all trades. He's got a little bit of, he's decent melee damage dealer, decent debuff, decent buff, but not great. He's not the best in any of those, especially compared to other characters. Reese, again, decent damage dealer. Her pathways go either, you know, super enemy debuff or super ally buff. And like, super buff or debuff. Like, she is the best buffer debuffer in the game, I believe. But I'm going to go with a magic damage dealer.
I'm Angela, Princess of Altena.
Yep, she's a princess and So, do you want to proceed with this party? Yes! Duran will be our main hero, mostly because I just have to go with the swordsman. Because, you know, I have to live out my desire to be a wandering heroic swordsman vicariously through video game characters. So, any, you know, armchair psychologists listening or watching, analyze that how you will. Or any legitimate psychologists, analyze that how you will.
Duran, hey, you're up. Pull yourself together.
And much like the original game, each character's intro is kind of an intro to...
Commence the final match for the Sword Mastery Tournament Youth Division. Combatants, forward!
I love that it's the youth division.
I'll break you like a dry noodle.
And that guy in
Give it a try.
giant suit of armor is apparently in the youth division.
Begin!
time I took you down a peg.
So,
Bruiser.
Duran being the primary damage dealer, we get to learn how to attack with him by fighting in combat. Come on. Yeah, give me these glowy things. And charge up the attack, and we have to I have to use a weaker power attack. I can't use the full charge power attack and have that count. There we go.
Done. I can do this.
And now I have to use that because he just dropped a ton of stuff. And crosscut.
Crosscut.
In the original, it didn't matter. Like, you didn't have to learn all of this.
I forfeit! I forfeit!
You could just beat the crap out of him and have that be the end of it. So, you know.
Hold your weapons. We have our new champion, Duran. You've come far in your training, lad.
Duran, soldier from Volsena, kingdom of the plains. His father Loki, the Golden Knight and friend to the hero King Richard, went missing when the young soldier was but a child. His mother succumbed to sickness and grief, leaving him and his younger sister Wendy to their Aunt Stella. Like his father before him, the boy could not deny the pull of the blade. From a young age, he outshone all other swordsmen, and eventually came to be in service to the king himself.
The king who has a ridiculous hairstyle, that weird curl, just, oh god, why? Why would anyone have that as a chosen hairstyle? Just...
Man, I'm beat.
Hang in there. The next shift is on its way. I'll do one more round in the meantime.
I also like that the voice actors that are in armor sound slightly more echoey. Nice touch. Oh, trying not to fall asleep on guard duty. Don't do that, Duran. Oh, look at your baby sister. In your memory.
Papa, where are you going?
Off to slay some dragons. The fearsome beast known as the Dragon Lord is the strongest of its kind. But don't worry. His Highness and I won't lose. Now, take care of your mother and sister while I'm gone. Understood, son?
I will. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's not the start of something tragic, is it?
Madam, your husband, Loki, he took a blow meant for me, causing both him and the Dragon Lord to fall into the depths of an abyss. My men and I searched the area for a week, but to no avail. We could not find Loki.
I see. He fulfilled his duties as the Golden Knight until the very end. I'm sure that's what he would have wanted.
Simone, my lady.
Died of a literal broken heart. Or dying of a literal broken heart, I should say.
Oh, Stella.
How could you let your illness go untreated for so long, Simone?
If Loki knew I was ill, he would have neglected his duties for my sake. I just couldn't hold him back like that.
You're both such fools.
Stella, my children.
Do not fret, Simone. I will take care of them. as if they were my own.
You have my thanks.
Simone?
Okay, so not of a broken heart, but of an actual illness. But they don't actually talk about what illness at all. They really should.
Shouldn't be sleeping on the job.
Or standing up for that matter. Oh, well. While you were nodding off.
Don't give in! What happened here? Huh? What's that?
It's a guy who can teleport, basically. And hey, there's a save point. Silver and gold statues. Gold will restore HP and MP. Silver are just save points. We have a dodge roll. Yeah, he teleports. That's uncomfortable.
Halt! Who are you?
You are sharper than you look.
We're gonna.
The fact that you are considered the best fighter in this miserable castle. I think it's time I show you how powerless you really are.
No more talking!
Yeah, we can't really beat him. That's kind of the point of this, is we're supposed to be completely outclassed.
What senile old fool would entrust the security of the castle to a child? Oh, my apologies. You work for the king, do you not?
What? Don't you dare insult His Majesty!
Now the finishing blow!
Someone infiltrated the castle! Find them!
Huh. Seems you'll live another day. No matter. If all the king can boast is soldiers of your caliber, we can take this kingdom anytime we choose.
Stop.
So yeah, we just completely got trashed by a wizard.
Last night, an unknown wizard managed to penetrate our defenses. The soldiers on duty were no match for him. Duran was the only survivor.
Witnesses say the man was wearing a red cloak. It has to be that Altanish cur, the Crimson Wizard.
You mean Altena sent a spy? No honor among the lot of them. We should mount a full-scale attack on their forces before they sneak in again. Who's with me?
Right! Hold!
There is no definitive proof that Altena sent the intruder, nor would they have reason to attack our kingdom in the first place. We cannot act rashly. Whoever attacked last night got past our defenses with some of our best soldiers. If we act hastily, we could fall into our enemy's trap. First, we must strengthen the castle's defenses and increase the guard. Then we shall send our own spies into Altanish territory.
Yes, sir.
But why would the true queen of Altena attack Valsena of all places?
Alright, so even though he has a ridiculous hairstyle, he's actually a quite competent king. So that's good to know. Because usually people who have really terrible sense of styles really probably shouldn't be trusted to lead a kingdom or a nation. You know, just saying, if there's some parallels to be made there. I'm sure that someone out there is going to make it, but we'll leave that to your imagination.
Curses. Curse it all.
Hey! Your wounds haven't healed yet. You should be in bed, silly.
Red, whatever, just...
Just let him.
Are you listening to me? Stop whining and listen! I hate you!
Wendy! Wait.
Alright, so now we get to actually explore the town. But we're also basically out of time for this episode. I could start increasing the length of episodes to like 25 minutes.
Huh.
And I actually
walk around town.
Probably might, because there's I can take a few minutes to actually discuss this. So any little yellow glowing spot on the ground is something that we can examine and get something from. So like I just got $2 and $4 respectively. And then treasure chests are laying around. So it really does encourage you to explore around where the original game didn't. The original game didn't really have a lot of stuff laying around like this. You got a lot of your stuff from combat. And one of the things that made bringing one character into combat, or into the game, better, Hawkeye, is that he had a much higher luck stat, which meant you were less likely to get traps or bamboozled in some way while opening treasure chests dropped from enemies in combat. So, which is not really something that we get much of here. That is something that kind of got removed, but you know, it's a trade-off. So we can wander around and look through all the fun stuff, see what people have. There are a few other treasure chests, I believe, around here, mostly hidden behind buildings and such like this. So Fairy Walnut, I'll go over all the items as we go through. So, oh hey, there's something up here too. And that's another thing. Like in the original game, you couldn't jump up on top of things to explore. You definitely can here. And I think I've made a complete circuit almost of the town. I think there is one more treasure chest to be found. I'm just not 100% sure where it is. Nothing to do here. So that's one of the places that I was supposed to go to. On the map, in the top right corner, you can see all the little stars are places that you are... That's where you kind of want to go. So yeah, let me bring up, because I had a map. Because it helps to have a map, you know? And that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Alright, so we got that. Where are you? Okay, that's where you are. Right here. That's what I wanted. So we got that and got some chocolate. And then we got that. And, ooh, there is one more. Where is that? He asks. Is that up at the... Oh, I guess I missed that completely. Yep, it's behind the house on this side, isn't it? Yep. Aha. Cup of Wishes. So yeah, that's all of the stuff that we can get in the town. Since I've got just a minute longer, we've got... I've got really so much that I can go over. I might as well actually just end here because I don't have enough time to talk of all of the things. So yeah, I'll go ahead and end this episode here, and I will see you all in the next installment. So till then, later everyone.